Hey everybody, this your girl Fuji. So I just had me a little meat. There was a few people here. They left. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. But we have another meeting on Sunday. Do not let anything stop you. I am a firm believer in pushing forward. A lot of times you can't worry about it. So let's get it on. Hi. I'm just going to open up my Bible to wherever it leads me, and I will speak a word from the Most High. And then we're going to get into just a few grants before we leave today. Had me a mango pineapple smoothie. It was tasty. Most High God, lead me and guide me and bind any negativities and insecurities, knowing and unknowingly, blocking my blessings and blocking me from moving forward. Amen. Ashe, amen. Where are we going? Okay, so we're in the book of Job. Something about the number 709 or 708 or any of those variants, like 706, 607, 907, 97, 79, 76, 96. And something about the book of Esther too. Mordecai's greatness, chapter 10. So I'll read chapter 10, and then we're going to go and read Job all the way to the ninth verse. So this is Esther chapter 10. And the king Ahasuerus laid a tribute upon the land and upon the isles of the sea, and all the acts of his power and of his might, and declaration of the greatness of Mordecai, whereunto the king advanced him, and they not written in the book of the chronicles of the kings of Media and Persia. Thought about something. And it's funny, everyone. I'm sharing some grants that have a lot to do with media, um, art. So, verse 3, chapter 10. For Mordecai the Jew was next unto, King Ahasuerus, and great among the Jews, and accepted of the multitude of his brethren, seeking the wealth of his people, and speaking peace to all his seed. So we're now in the book of Job, first chapter. We're going to read 1 through 10. There was a man in the land of Uz, whose name was Job, and that man was perfect and upright, and one that feared God and eschewed evil. And there were born unto him 7 sons, three daughters. His substance also was 7,000 sheep, 3,000 camels, 500 yoke of oxen, and 500 she asses, and very great household, so that this man was the greatest of all the men of the east. And his sons went and feasted in their houses, every one his day, and sent and called for their 3 sisters to eat and drink with them. Verse 5. It was so, when the days of their feasting were gone about, that Job sent a sanctified them, and rose up early in the morning, and offered burnt offerings according to the number of them all. For Job said, it may be that my sons have sinned and cursed God in their hearts. Big G. by the way. This did Job continually. Now there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan came also among them. And the Lord said unto Satan, Whence comest thou? Then Satan answered the Lord and said, From going to and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down in it. Verse 8 of chapter 1 of Job reads, And the Lord said unto Satan, Hast thou considered my servant Job, that there is none like him in the earth, and perfect and an upright man, one that feareth God and escheweth evil. Verse 9, Then Satan answered the Lord and said, Doth Job fear God for now? Yeah, something about for now. Verse 10, Has not thou made a hedge about him and about his house and about all that he have on every side? Thou hast blessed the work of his hands, and his substance is increased in the land. But put forth thine hand now and touch all that he hath, and he will curse thee to thy face. And the Lord said unto Satan, Behold, that he has in thy power only upon himself, but not forth thine hand. So Satan went forth from the presence of the Lord. Verse 13, And there was a day when his sons and his daughters were eating and drinking wine in their eldest brother's house. Verse 14, I'm going to stop at 16. And there came a messenger unto Job and said, The oxen were plowing, and the asses feeding beside them. And the Sabeans fell upon them and took them away. Yea, they have slain the servants with the edge of the sword, and I only am escaped alone to tell thee. Verse 16. While he was yet speaking, there came unto another and said, The fire of God is fallen from heaven and hath burnt up the sheep and the servants and consumed them. And I only am escaped alone to tell thee. Consuming fire, sweet perfume, let God's presence fill this room, for this is holy ground. This is holy ground. So come and bow down. Okay. So we got the grant programs right here. I want to share with y'all before we leave today. I have spoken to a lady named Nancy. So the name might be significant. I think I have a follower named Nancy. Hello, hello. So spoke to them. Sometimes a negative needs a positive and a positive needs a negative, I guess. So Most High God, let it be for my good only. I bind up any confusions and any intrusions. So this grant program, it says the deadline is the first. Proposals for projects and performance taking place on and after January 1st and coming the year and before July 1st of the year following. For example, the application deadline is the first of this year for proposals for projects and performances will be taking place on or after the 1st of January 2025 and before July 1st of 2026. So you basically have a nice little time there to get the performance to be taking place. But the deadline of this is November 1st Proposals for retroactive funding of projects or performances will not be accepted. Proposals for retroactive funding of projects or performances will not be accepted. An addition application deadline of June 1st is primarily intended for college university performance grants for productions taking place in the following academic year. Applications for support of major professional productions, festivals, exhibitions, or exhibits, etc., may be evaluated on a case by case basis without application deadlines. And here are the opportunities. And above, this is www.kwf.org/grants-program-collaborative-initiatives/. So we have our college, university, and amateur performances. We have our professional performances, musicians. Those are things right there. We have media. Support may be requested for radio, television, video, film, audio, multimedia projects that feature Kurt, I think his last name is Wills, and Lodi Linus, or Mark, I think this Blitzing's life and or music. So you would have to know knowledge on these particular individuals as far as the media support. And we was just in the word of the Most High God, and it talks about in chapter 10 Esther, when we go to verse 2, and all the acts of his power and of his might, and the declaration of greatness of Mordecai, whereunto the king advanced him, are they not written in the book of Chronicles of the king's Media and Persia? They would say Persia. So we have scholarly, I think this is what is it? Is it symposia, and conferences? So performing and educational organizations may request funding for scholarly or educational activities, workshops, scholarly conferences, secondary or college level education initiatives, etc., focuses on, again, these individuals. Kurtz, I think it's Well, Linya, and Blitzstein. We have public assistance. Topics must be related to the following: Kurt Well, Lottie Linya, and or Mark Blitzing. Funding may be requested by authors and not-for-profit publishers to submit expenses related to preparing manuscripts for publication in a recognized scholarly medium, including editing, indexing, design, and reproduction fees. Then we have research and travel. Funding may be requested to support research and travel expenses to Well Linear Research Center and other locations of primary source material. Applicants must be researching a topic related to, again, these individuals, Kurt, Lottie, and Mark. And then we have Kurt Well, I think this is a dissertation fellowship. Doctoral candidates may apply for dissertation fellowships to assist in research activities on Kurt, Lottie, and Mark related topics. Fellowships are reserved for candidates with extraordinary potential for contribution to the field, evidenced by recommendations from the academic community. The applicant's project should address significant leucanine in, I think this is leucanine in Kurt, Lottie, and Mark Blitzing's research. So I would consider looking into Kurt, Lottie, and Mark when it comes to these, if you are not familiar with them or their structuring according to incentives that have already been connected to these kinds of grant programs, whether it's the professional performance, the college, university, amateur performance, media, scholarly and conferencing, publication assistance according to manuscripts, or either any kind of they would say manuscripts for publication. Like this could be a news related background information, and then you just putting it together in a scholarly manner where it actually appeases some truth, like books about plantations, certain information, like those kinds of things that are informative, basically on a scholarly producing level. And then you got your the research and travel sounds awesome. um, who doesn't like traveling? Saji. Funding may be requested to support research and travel expenses on a niche of Linya and Lottie and Kurt's Research Center and other locations of primary source material. Applicants must be researching a topic related to them. So get studious if these are interesting for you. You can always inquire. My email is below. And again, you can find us on www.kwf.org/grants program collaborative initiatives /. And I appreciate everyone coming. I did have me a little good time. I met someone today. We are having this same grant meeting 5:30 to 7 on Sunday, right here at the same place, the Cork and Brew, Roseboro, North Carolina. Nice little coffee shop, I would say. So I will get back with y'all. We are having us some videos today. So love, peace, and healing. And I will see y'all in the next video. Peace, love, and healing. Oh, hi, Derek. I got your message. I got you. It's just been very, very busy. I got you. Okay, everybody. I'll see you in a little bit. I'll see you in a little bit. Alrighty. Love, peace, and healing.